Hi everyone, Stepan here. Finally got a game. I have the black pieces against Kuros. Okay. So I don't know if you can see, you cannot see the scores below, but he is beating me 14 and a half, 12 and a half. And we've, okay, can I? Okay, here, now you can see it. Your score 12 and a half, 14 and a half. So it's time to even things out. I don't think, let me just say hi. Hey, I don't think I've ever played any single person more often than I've played Kuros. He says I'm watching your series. Okay. I'm sorry, my dog keeps going in and out. If you can hear her, that's, yeah, there's nothing I can do. Okay, plays the tile. I'm gonna play h5. I think he expects h6. So let's go h5. We will see what happens. I'm not a big fan of the tile for black. Well, I guess queen b6 is normal. Bishop g5 is standard. Now you can go knight d2. Leads to, well, no, now you cannot go knight d2 because I take on d4. What is this setup? So queen d4, bishop f5, queen b2, knight d2, I'm down a piece. Queen d4, bishop f5, queen e5. Why does this work? Queen d4, bishop takes f5, queen takes e5 check. Oh, I think he throws in knight f3 first. Wait, queen d4, knight f3. Queen g4. Is that a line? I don't remember this. Queen d4, knight f3, bishop queen g4. My god, does this work? Why am I out of book on move 6? Queen d4, bishop f5, queen g4. Sorry, queen e5, and queen d4, knight f3, queen g4. Seems to work. I don't know why this wouldn't work. Queen d4, knight f3 is the only move I'm afraid of. Couldn't I also go queen b4 check there? Queen takes d4, knight f3, queen g4 or queen b4 check. Queen d4, bishop f5, queen e5, queen e2, queen f5 works. I think I'm just gonna take. I mean, I don't see it. Queen d4, c3, I take the bishop. Queen d4, knight e2, queen e5, queen d4, bishop e3, queen e5. Okay, I'm taking. I don't see it. So since I don't see it, I'm going to either blunder or, well, we will see what happens. Okay, so knight f3. Can I play queen b4 check, or do I go queen g4? Or do I even go queen b2? Queen g4? Is there a refutation to queen g4? Queen b4 check, c3, queen b2, bishop f5, queen a1. Queen b4 check, bishop d2. Oh, queen b4 check, bishop d2, queen b2, bishop c3. So queen g4 has to be played. I guess. I don't see a problem with this. Am I just up a pawn? Okay, maybe bishop d3 was a mistake. I don't know. I don't know. I have spent some time, but it seems that I'm just up a pawn. And it's the d4 pawn. Okay. So if I go e6, my opponent has knight d4, but then queen e5 check. So I can safely go e6. I think. I also could have gone queen e4 check and queen c4, but I don't think that's absolutely necessary. I don't want to trade queens. I think his king is less safe than mine, especially if I can play bishop b4 now. I don't know. I don't know. The tile Caro-Kann is an opening that I fear, and whenever I have a chance to do something that wins material, I double check and triple check and quadruple check and quintuple check. If that's the way, quintuple check, that's a good name for a band. So I don't know, I'm up a pawn, but... And I'm threatening bishop b4, queen e4. If knight c3, I go bishop b4. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to think about it too much. Seems good to me. I don't see any tempi being lost anymore. Okay, so how do I develop? I want to initiate a bishop trade. So bishop e7. I'm expecting Kuros to decline the trade. If knight d4, I can play queen e5. If then rook e1, I can play queen d6. Queen g6. Bishop e7, is there an alternative? I could go f6, but I don't want to go f6. I could go knight d7, but I don't want to go knight d7. So I'm going bishop e7. That seems safe, because if cd, then I still have knight c6. If knight d4, I have queen g6, and I'm threatening to take on g5. And if nothing's done, I may be able to just take on g5 and play knight h6, knight g4, followed by queen f4. Oh, yes, thank you. Fresh coffee. Thank you. I got fresh coffee. She didn't know I was recording. She thought I was working. I don't know. I mean, white still has to play knight c3 at some point. And if cd, I could consider ed, however strange that may seem, because my queen will be No, not ed, because knight d4 attacks the queen. No, I don't want to do that. I go cd, 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 knight d4, queen g6, queen a4 check. Then I don't have knight c6. But I could consider queen takes e5 or bishop takes g5. I'm catching up on the clock also. The g5 square is the most important square for white in the tile Caro-Kann. And if black seizes control of it, or if black gets a knight to f5, then usually black is more than fine. Okay, cd, cd, knight d4, or queen a4. Can I throw in bishop g5? Can I throw in bishop g5? I actually like ed more and more because I'll have queen d7 to cover b7. The only thing I'm wondering is if I should play bishop g5 first. Bishop g5, I'm expecting hg5. ed, knight d4, queen d7, e6, or rook e1. Should I throw in bishop g5? ed, knight d4, queen e5, rook e1, queen d6 maybe, knight f5. There's knight f5, knight d4, knight f5. But if I go cd, then queen b7. And if I go bishop g5, there is dc6. So I have to take now. So if cd, queen b3, cd, queen b3, can I go b6? b6 seems awful. ed, knight d4, ed, knight d4, queen e5, rook e1, queen d6, knight f5, queen c7, knight f5 still. I'm gonna take ed, even though that seems absurd. I don't want to allow queen b3 attacking b7. Also, this gives me a 4-2 majority, so if we trade pieces, endgames should be better for me. And I don't think I take on e5. I think I play queen d7 on knight d4. I don't know if ed was correct. I'm definitely uncertain. I may also consider queen c8 on knight d4, so that on e6 I have f6. Then I will have to live with that pawn on e6, but there won't be any trouble down the e-file. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. So can we play bishop g5 now to prevent knight d4? Because if bishop g5, knight d4, bishop g5, knight d4, I have queen g4, and that seems to force a queen trade. So let's throw in bishop g5. Now I'm better prepared for e6, but not really. I'm gonna have to move my queen away to give it entry to... Okay, took with the knight. I'm happy to see that. e6 is coming. So I'm planning e6, f6. I'm planning e6, f6. If queen g4, then queen b3. If I go queen c8, then e6, f6. The knight moves to f3. And then I can play queen e7. Do I have any alternatives? How afraid am I of e6? Queen c8, queen f3, I have knight h6. Queen takes h5 is a problem. Okay, knight e7, e6, f6, knight f3. Then I have knight g6 to cover e5. And if queen b7, can I go b5 or b6? Maybe. I'm gonna continue developing. I'm expecting e6 and I'm planning to play f6. If queen b3, I still go queen c8 or b5. I'm not sure. Why am I down 2.5 minutes on the clock? Okay, f6. He may be able to go knight f7. That I did not see. But I still have to... Oof. f6, knight f7, knight d6? My god. So if I castle, then takes with check and I lose the knight. Oh my god. Alright, so I guess I take. I cannot allow knight f7. So takes, knight takes. I'm just busted. I'm just losing. Why did I think this was a good idea? What's wrong with me? What do I do? I didn't see knight d6, so I thought f6 worked. So I take on e6. Kuros takes with the knight. The threat is knight g7 and knight c7. So if I go king f7, then knight c7, knight h6, knight a8, rook a8. There's queen h5 check. Jesus. Okay, what if I go takes, knight takes, king d7, knight g7, queen g6. Okay, that seems almost playable. Almost playable. King d7 doesn't seem good. I'm probably busted, but let's try anyway. Maybe even knight c5 works. My god. I should not have taken on g5. I just got destroyed. I'm sorry you had to see this game. But we're still fighting. I mean, I guess I have to go king e8. I don't see anything else. Everything else runs into a check. Now queen e2. I'm gonna have to go queen f6 or queen f7. Maybe queen f6. Awful. This is just awful. Okay, threatening to take my queen. So what do I do? Queen f6 probably. I need to defend against knight d6. Oh my god, I hate my position. I mean, of course I hate it, it's losing. But we keep fighting. How do I get out of this? I cannot even play rook f8 because there's queen h5. I cannot move anything. Jesus. Okay. Can we finally develop some pieces? Perhaps I should have played king f8 sooner. But I want to leave the option to go rook f8 if I can. Now I'm happy because I'm covering c5. Maybe he should go knight a4 just to reinforce knight c5 and rook e6. Then again, if I go king f8, there's rook e3. Yeah, this is busted. But I may have rook b8 now. And if I can take on b2, then I'm on f2. Maybe forcing my opponent to defend. At least he's down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds. He doesn't have 10 minutes anymore. Keep fighting, keep fighting. It's not over, it's not over. It's even material, it's even material. You're worse, but you're fighting. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I have to stop thinking that the game is over before it's over, regardless of whether I'm winning or losing. I need to change that, and I need to try to win losing games, and I need to stop assuming that my opponent is much worse when I'm winning. I need to just find best moves and keep playing until it's over. Well, this I did not see. I did not expect. I have no idea what it does, but I know that I have to take. Let's go knight d6, I guess. Knight d6 check winning. So rook d8, knight d6, king f8. Rook d8, knight d6, king f8. What then? I don't know. But I think rook d8 is my only move. Maybe rook, no. Maybe rook b8. Rook b8, knight d6, king f8. Oh, you know what? I may be able to go knight b6. Knight b6, knight d6. Okay, I'm gonna try knight b6 because I'm running out of time. I'm defending my rook, and I don't think I'm hanging mate. I'm covering d7, I'm covering d8. I'm not covering e6. Okay, I don't have rook c8 because of knight d6. I don't have queen c6. So can we finally try to unpin somehow? Let's try to run away. Yeah. I need to chase the queen away if I can. And if the queen goes to b4 or a3, I have knight c4. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Maybe I'm back. I'm back, baby. The queen cannot stay on the diagonal, which means that it cannot keep attacking my knight, which means that I will have time for king g8. How does black actually decline the queen trade? Queen a5? White, excuse me. Keep fighting, keep fighting. It's not over. It's not over. Queen a5 also runs into knight c4. Okay. Okay, I'm just up a piece for 2 pawns. What do I do? Let's play quickly. The knight's coming to e4, the rook's coming to the d file. Let's develop. Okay. Okay, we're winning now. We're up a piece. Come on! Rook c8? Where does the knight go? Maybe b4 gets played. We still go rook c8. b4 I have knight d5. Let's play quickly. Put pressure on the knight. This doesn't do anything. Okay, it does. It threatens to win on d6. So let's move my rook away. Are there any discoveries? Knight d6? No? I don't believe I managed to defend that position. Come on. I shouldn't lose. I shouldn't lose. I say that, and I may lose. The rook still covers c5, so I'm not too worried. I don't want to play f5 giving away g5. Threatening a check here. Let's prevent knight c4 check. No. Does this fail? Yes, it does fail to knight f3. As long as my knight covers e3, there are no rook checks. And I want to play knight e5. If I can trade off knights, I'm gonna be winning. So he must move the knight away, but I don't see where. Oof, this just blunders a piece. Yeah, okay. Oof, okay. Oh my god. Ooh, I'm gonna say good game. You should have won. Should have won. Jesus. Oh, okay, how did I play so poorly? Let's analyze. Okay. So bishop d3 makes no sense. Let's just see if this has ever been played. This has been played? Okay, queen d4, knight f3, queen g4. Okay, so I stumbled into theory. Bishop f5, queen f5, c4. I should have gone queen e4 check. What's the best move? Let's see. Queen e4 check. I played e6, which is fine. Castles is fine. Bishop e7 is a mistake. I should have gone knight d7. Okay. E takes is best. Yes, I'm so proud of e takes. Let me just turn off variation arrows. It's very annoying. E takes. Okay, on queen b3, I was planning to play queen d7 or queen c8, but that's no good. I should have gone b6 on that. Okay, rook e1, bishop g5 is fine, knight g5 is fine. Okay, knight h6 makes way more sense because I'm covering f7. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wait, what? f6, knight f7, castles. I didn't see castles after knight f7. I just assumed that my rook is hanging and knight d6 is hanging. I didn't even see that. F e6 losing, knight takes, king d7, busted, busted, losing, come on! Knight b6 best, good. King f8, oh my god. Yeah, okay, he blundered rook e3, rook c8 saves the game. The problem is that he cannot keep attacking the knight. If queen b4 or queen a3, I just go knight d5. So rook f3. Okay, yeah, no, this is just a5 has to be best. Okay. I didn't blunder anything, which is good. Yeah, and then now just he lost the knight. Oh, yes. Come on. Okay, plus 10. So I'm at 2286 and we have 86. No, I'm at 2296 and we have 86 days to go. Come on. Let's go. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye-bye.